Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
And the Clippers starting five. The pair up front, that'll be Collins and Zubac. Harden and Beal are the backcourt, and it's Leonard in at the small forward spot. And for Houston, the perimeter pair will be Thompson next to Durant. Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. And it's the great in at the points, Leonard. We know these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Now here's Beal. His last outing, 16 points for him. And the three ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's the great. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Great positioning on the putback.
And Zubac is somebody you've got to keep off the glass, because when you don't, he's wreaking havoc on you.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. We talked about Kawhi Leonard and how much his experience plays a role. He mentioned when you have a guy like Kawhi, you can take one aspect of his game, but he's so skilled and experienced that he will find another way to beat you. They've got their hands full with the vet. Kevin, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Zubac finds Collins. Shot clock at 6. There's Beal with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
We talk about guys with pure strokes. Beal's in that discussion.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, it seems like the entire Western Conference looked to bolster their front courts last offseason, and the Clippers were no different. Between trading for John Collins and signing Brook Lopez, they have substantially fortified their front line with size and skill.
A veteran-heavy roster. Thank you for the update, Shams. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Harden's got 5 now.
Harden is lethal. His accuracy on point. You think it's a tough shot, but not so for him.
Here's the great. Nails the baby hook.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Houston making a switch here. Eason's checked in, and the Clippers with the change here too. Bogdanovich is checked in. Beal against KD. Nice D from Durant.
He felt the defense on that attempt. Great rim protection.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. The great passes to Durant. Over Harden. Again, the Rockets score.
Sweet mid-range jumper for Kevin Durant. He's dialed in wherever he shoots it from.
Shoots it. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Here's the great. You saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Sinks the triple.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they've performed, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Oh, he is so good from deep. Bogdan is even better shooting out of the corner.
Here's the great, guarded by Harden. The great passes to Smith. Here's the great. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. The great's got 10 points in the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Harden has a wide open look. That's good. And so Beal with the assist.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's the great, guarded by Harden. And the basket by the great.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
And the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. And when that's the case, just keep feeding the hot hand.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The drive by Beal. Lays it up and banks it in. Beal's got his second basket of the game.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Rockets lead by 1. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Rockets. Houston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's the great, and it's in off the backboard. The great's got 19 points.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Here's Paul. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
You know, Paul entered the league way back in 2005 at a time when we saw a lot more mid-range shots.
And here's KD for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Paul kicks to Harden. Harden driving inside. 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Paul. It's tipped. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. In the second half of February now, the power rankings have lots of statistical analysis to pull from. You take a look at the Clippers. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
Well, I think for Houston, they wanted the top spot badly, and they did just that. A real testament to both their chemistry and work ethic.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Şengün comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Jabari's. Oh, what a play! Woo!
And this sort of awesome reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guy.
Kicks it out to Harden. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
And the Clippers hit again from deep.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 three-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Here's the great from beyond the arc and then some. The great's got 9 points now in the quarter.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Rockets ahead, leading by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings. And this is totally off topic, but how did you guys feel about games on back-to-back nights?
I didn't mind back-to-back games, but what I really like were back-to-back titles.
Yeah, I know a little something about that too, Shaq. I know it's pretty sweet.
Well, it sure is nice to see you guys agreeing about something for a change. And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Rockets.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Rockets leading by 5. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Out on the perimeter, we'll see Beal and Leonard. The pair up front, that'll be Collins and Zubac. And it's Harden in at the point guard. And the basket by the great.
Getting his team the best shot on the floor. Amen Thompson feeds a ready shooter that time.
So it's the Clippers now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Beal against Thompson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you.
And yes, it's good. 31 points for the great.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Leonard over Durant. Some solid defense there from KD. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. John Collins grew up playing soccer goaltender. He said, quote, "I've always had good hands, but goaltending helped my reaction time, being able to track the ball at fast speeds. It's an important thing for guards to trust the big fella that you can catch and finish." Back to you.
Terrific report. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. All right, a chance to check out stats for him.
And he hasn't been making as much of an impact with his defense as he had been earlier in the season. Steal numbers have dropped off in the past 5 games. He'll need to put a lot more effort into his defense here tonight.
Zubac finds Harden. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside Collins. They grab their own miss. Pass to Harden. Harden finishing inside.
A proven score. When Harden gets into a flow like this, he can pile up the points.
Well, with Zubac, obviously Parker getting strength, but he's underrated when it comes to skill. Good passer and nice ball skills.
Kevin, I like his little jump hook in the post. He's got a nice little touch with the push shot in there. He can get it done anywhere in the paint. You know, he knows exactly when to look for and take his shots. His IQ playing inside is as good as it gets.
From outside the arc, and again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Outside Leonard. For 3. Thompson with the rebound. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's the great. And another one.
With 40 points in the game, he has claimed the #2 spot now.
In GA, every game he has been a huge threat to just explode on the offensive end. What a marvelous year for him.
And now an amazing 53 games of 40 or more points, passing Wilt's mark set back in 1963. The incredible 62 effort of Chamberlain still looms as the top spot.
Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Clippers. Launches it, and the basket by the Great. The Great's got 47 points.
Wow. What can you say?
And stolen by Eason. Three-pointer. The Great misses. Clippers trail by 21. Teardrop shot. Here's Leonard. No good that time. Great defense that time from Şengün.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
Pass to the Great. And here is Durant. Here's the Great. He's covered by Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. From past the arc, and it's Kevin Durant with the 3. KD's got 13.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
So for the Clippers, Lopez comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Derek Jones in for Leonard. 1:19 left in the third quarter of the game. Jones looking for an opening. Bogdanovich wide open. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's the Great. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Thursday, they'll be facing LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks.
And for that game against the Kings, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Outside for Beal to end the cold streak. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. He's got 15.
Beal's got such a fluid shooting motion. It really helps him on those catch-and-shoot opportunities.
He dialed that one up from long distance. 56 points for the Great.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Here's the Great. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Houston Rockets rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Now Smith. Here's the teardrop.
And showing some fearlessness there. Smith doesn't mind getting hit while taking the shot.
First free throw is good. Clark, you're so familiar with the college game. What's the biggest adjustment for guys coming into the pros?
I think the strength of the NBA players, Kevin, and the pace of play, and then also the number of games. I mean, that's just a lot more than what you see in college, and how you go about preparing for that type of schedule, that type of physical talent. that type of physical wear and tear is something that no college player is usually ready to handle until he goes through it. Look, you won't see Zubac stretching the floor, but he is a double-double threat any night of the week. He knows how to put his height and physicality to work, especially on the boards.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Leonard pitch to Collins. Shot clock at 5. From deep, Harden buries the deep ball.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Clippers.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the great.
Tremendous contribution from him scoring the basketball. Everywhere you look, his fingerprints were all over this game.
The shot by Beal, no good. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And the basket by the great.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And the call will go against the great. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, the great.